Hey everyone! So, I wanted to give you actually a video this time about the top 5 metaverse and play to earn projects, as this is something which we see a big boom since over last months, definitely after Facebook have changed the name to Meta and actually pinpointed what is exactly happening. But it's not like Facebook changed everything. The metaverses and kind of the central line and everything which is happening is already happening over last month, so people are preparing for it and we already see the fruit of that preparation. And the first coin which I want to talk about is Decentraland Mana. So when we look at their current price, it's 5.13. It actually grew a lot because their volume went over 44% up. We see that their price went 1.6 down in the last 24 hours, but actually when you see the overall over the last few days, actually we saw that in 16 November, 15 November was around $3 and now it's sitting at $5. And this is actually pretty good, looking that in October the price was on around 0.75 for quite a long time. It was sitting on that 0.58, 0.6 and sometimes hitting that $1. And we see right now that it's on a great rise, and obviously I'm not saying it's a great time to buy right now, but it's definitely a great time to look into that project already. And what is Decentraland? Decentraland is actually a game which allows you to create, explore and trade in first ever virtual world owned by its users. So this is called Decentraland, and within the Decentraland, when you press actually start exploring, so it might take a few minutes to load, but after it loads, first you're choosing your avatar. I'll just choose, a randomized avatar, and I just press done. It totally looks like me, obviously. Name your avatar, great. I'll just call it Madman and press next. Yeah, I will go through the terms and conditions, as this is the just a test one. I just want to show you. So the Genesis Plaza Madman got it. So you actually see the first land, which kind of shows you how does it look inside the game, and I can see other people are appearing here, so that means they're checking out their game. I see actually some people from London as well. And to be honest, when you look at that land, you can already see that it has different modes, classic, events, and the crowd. So there are different options. It allows you to buy NFTs, it allows you to buy lands, and so we'll probably see what will happen when I actually jump into that whirlpool. So I actually jump down to some different lands, which allows you to transfer. So as you can see, it's a working land with, obviously you have the map on the top. So when I press escape, I can actually see the map. Where am I? It's a huge world already. So Decentraland, it is a big thing. So as you can see, the land is massive. And I already see that some of the companies are already putting their offices in Decentraland. Some of the, like countries put their embassies there. So it is changing, and this is a big one. Looking that the price currently sits at $5.1 with everything what's going on in Decentraland and Mana. When we look at their website, you see that there is an option to buy NFTs. There is an option on the marketplace to buy lands as well. So there is a lot of things which you can do. There is a lot of different items which you can dress your avatar and see how it works. And to be honest, I think this is the future in general of the technology. The metaverse will change a lot. And another project, number 2, I'm looking at the Sandbox. The Sandbox currently sits at $7.65. Actually grew over 11% in last 24 hours. So we see, looking at last 7 days, we see a really big up. So it peaked at 8.2 and now dropped down to 7.3. So we see that probably it has some support here. Actually, when we look at the trading view and we look at the current spike, I'll actually lose the Fibonacci and let's do a retracement here. So we'll see that it's going up to here, okay? So we see that actually the current price is at 7.47. So probably we'll have, if it will drop, we'll have around support on, you know, $4. So we'll see how it goes with this project. But what I like is that obviously they're Certic audited, and when you look at the website, they are in kind of like a first stage of the game. So their game is actually, you can connect it to through MetaMask to do that. By the way, I'm not promoting MetaMask, don't get me wrong. This is a nice wallet, and I'll do a full review about MetaMask as well, because I know that a lot of people ask about it. And what happens is, I will actually lock it right now because that's my yeah, it is locked. Great. So on the Sandbox, you can see, you know, the alpha version, which is the first version of that game, which will, I think, launch in few days, as I remember. Yeah, in 3 days there will be a launch of that alpha registration, which allows people, I think, first 1,000 people to buy a lance, and first 5,000 to actually play and see how does the game look alike. So, you know, there'll be an option to play and enter that alpha hub. There'll be also rewards going on, and there's a lot of info about the actual project as well. But as you can see, it's another project which already has, you know, their own NFTs, their own lands, their own items, avatars. So you can see in their marketplace many different items through, you know, selling for like 300,000 and dozens of thousands of dollars, but you actually see that, you know, they're featured on many different exchanges and many different projects. Like you can see, for example, Binance, and you can, for example, see what's actually being sold through Binance's. I actually choose some of the tokens which are really easy to buy. And when it comes to you know, their open NFTs, you can actually see on OpenSea their NFT as well option to buy it. So this is a project which I think has a big potential, looking that, you know, at this moment has a huge spike, and we see that it is still kind of growing. But what I really think is that it will grow even further. When it comes to another top 3, I would say, obviously I'm putting in Axie Infinity. And why have I put Axie Infinity in top 3 and not top 1? Mainly because there are a few reasons. At first, obviously Axie Infinity is already a game which works, which lots of people are playing, and when you look at their volume, and actually I will go to Marketplace and show you how much money is already being in Axie Infinity, this is pretty amazing, because when you look at their Marketplace, you can actually see how many transactions are going on, because obviously Axie currently sits at $140, which is 3% up in last 24 hours. We see it was fluctuating in around few days was like 120, then went to 138, and we see it is actually growing. When you look at their marketplace, as I mentioned, you can see in general what's the total volume and how much money is in that game currently. So it sometimes takes a bit of a time to load, as lots of people are selling and buying and selling and buying and selling and buying. The last time I was looking at that volume, it was 27 million in last 24 hours, and I think this will be probably a similar amount right now. As you can see, sometimes takes a while. Yeah, 27.6, so I was really close. And through last 7 days, that's over 180 million, with 30 days sum up of $750 million. So that's already a big one, because obviously Axie works, right? But the problem with Axie right now is that some people are already bored with Axie. They're looking for other games, other experiences, which they also can use play to earn option and earn their tokens, so not only play one game which does it. So that's why I actually posted this to the Decentraland and the Sandbox, to show you already the games which already has that future. Because what we can see, you know, the Decentraland and the Sandbox are sitting on like $5 and $7, comparing to Axie, which sits at $140 per coin. So, you know, this is kind of a future which we're looking at. Will those games will be another Axie Infinity? We'll actually see. And the top 4 which I would like to pull, it's actually Illidium. So Illidium, which is ELV, sits at the price of $1,692. It's a really big number, looking that this is another play to earn metaverse. They actually were sitting on the price, you know, beginning of the year around $50-60, and then grew over the last few months to a proper price of over $1,600. And to be honest, like, I looked through their gameplay and I looked through the trailer, as obviously the game is not available yet. So what will happen? There will be a lot of fights. You'll be able to build a team to do that. But the main thing which I really like in the Illidium is when I played the trailer, and I'll actually do it right now. In the trailer, I saw something kind of different, because obviously with the Central Land, with the Axie, with the Sandbox, we see a really simple graphics. With Illidium, we see a really nicely done design. So when you look at the game and the trailer of the gameplay reveal, it looks really good. So they're actually putting a lot of work to that graphic design. Like, the trailer is amazing. I've actually watched it twice, as I was like, I'm really impressed of what they're doing. This looks like this is the arena actually, which, you know, you'll be playing versus other players. So, you know, it's done in a total different way than all the other games, and I think because of it, it has a big potential. Obviously, we see right now that they're not open yet. You can actually buy ELV, the token. You can actually buy it on Binance and all the other exchanges. Land will be coming soon, and NFTs are already minted. So, you know, there is a lot of cool things already happening with ELV, Illidium. So I think it might also, increase in value within the next times. Remember, right now it's really high, so I don't recommend you to buy it at this moment. Just watch on those projects and wait maybe for that dip or that support, because soon it might be really profitable for you. And actually, the last game, I would say top 5, before I cover the extra one, which I have already on my list, is the Mines of Dalarnia. So I've already covered before the Mines of Dalarnia, and you saw on Mines of Dalarnia a nice grow. So we saw that it grew from, you know, this $2.50, and right now it's sitting on over 4.37, which is over 18% within the last 24 hours. So that's a really big jump. And looking at, you know, Mines of Dalarnia is actually the game which is about to launch soon. They actually stated on their roadmap that they will launch the alpha prototype and sales development initial land sales in the Q4 in 2021, and Q1 there will be a mainnet build release which will allow you to play. So as you can see, they have a lot of things already on their pipeline. But the important thing is that it sits on a quite a low price and have a lot of potential. Like, the gaming is really simple. It's different to all the others because it actually allows you to mine and go through the mining processes. It will have also lands and NFTs. So this is built on the mining apes. So we'll see how it's goes. I think it has a pretty great potential. And what I want to cover as well as the last one, it's actually I would say a negative surprise and maybe something to be aware of. So recently, actually a few months ago, I've covered the project called My Neighbor Alice, which is token Alice, which actually we can see that over last year it grew in price to even $25 from initially $14. But the thing which makes me slightly worried with My Neighbor Alice, they're actually taking their time with building their game, and you can actually wishlist on Steam, and they have their own marketplace as well. But what I'm looking at when you go to the market, the market NFT is coming soon. I remember that there was a date which is actually coming in a few months. But what I'm really worried about is that they're actually taking their time to build their game. I saw that the first kind of options to become a landowner and how the game will look alike, which wasn't bad. It was actually pretty nice. A lot of partners they were participating in it, but wishlist on Steam. That's the thing which worries me the most, because obviously we see that they're planning to wishlist it on Steam and actually probably buy it on Steam. But the main problem is that Valve and Steam bans blockchain games and NFTs on Steam Epic. So this is a big question mark, because if Valve bans blockchain games and NFTs on Steam, and we already saw it through different articles when, for example, Epic will try to make it work and other companies are jumping in, how can we have My Neighbor Alice on Steam? Well, it's a game which is based on the blockchain technology and actually allows you to connect a wallet and work through it. So this makes me kind of wonder what exactly will happen and how it will actually expand, as we have actually few things which we need to consider here. And the last two special, I would say, tokens. So in a way, I did top 5 Metaverse play to earn with one, I would say, cautious warning. And I'll give you 2 extra ones to grab a look. And actually, I'm talking about Engine. Engine coin, it's actually a coin which allows people to integrate with the games and create NFTs and gaming. So in a way, they provide the technology to create, distribute, and integrate NFTs, which we see that lots of people are actually using right now within the metaverse. And the second one is Gala. And Gala actually had a big rise of 58% over the last 24 hours. And Gala is also I would say a technology game, a technology token, which has a lot of, marketplace to it. It has their own NFTs, and they're actually having their games as well. So these are the projects which I think you also should add it to your wish list and follow, as you might also see a nice gains on those. As we see, this one only has 60%, which is great. Engine is actually a bit down, so it's probably a good time to buy it and look at the dip. As I think this is great for everyone. And to be honest, to make it really easy, as you know, I really like Binance. I've actually checked that all of them are actually available on Binance. So you can actually just register on Binance and the link in the description of this video and buy all of those in a really easy way through the exchange. As we can actually grab a piece of them, and you can see what's kind of the change as well. Because when you look at the market cap and the 24-hour volume, we see that it's huge. And as you can see, I actually took Mana as the first one, which is actually right, because the 24-hour volume, it's actually, like here, pretty big. 678,000 million. So that's a lot of volume, that's a lot of money included. We see actually Axie dropped to number 3 after the Sandbox, as obviously it's a lot of changes. This is it from me. I hope that you enjoyed that video. I'll also cover those projects separately if you like, and tell you a bit more, as I think they have a really big potential over the next few months to come, especially with price and play to earn. And remember, if you like this video, you know what to do. Just leave a like and hit that subscribe button so you're up to date with everything what's going on. And well, see you in the next video. Take care.